That's me, I think. Or maybe that's you.
But I think when you mute... Oh, wait a minute.
So if I mute
You're going to have to mute both places for me not to hear you, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're so good at muting in one place.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge for me.
All right, we're live, by the way, Steve. Hello.
We are live.
All right, to let's see, to Rose and Kevin. Okay, Kevin says he's going to stay over in IRC. So now we've split the audience by doing this.
Yeah.
We are over in Discord doing chat. And we also have audio there, Kevin, which is one of the reasons I wanted you to jump over. Because if this works, then I don't have to use NosillaCast to broadcast a separate feed for you. So it would be a benefit to me if you guys do try Discord. So if you don't want to launch an app, you can go to podfeed.com/live and scroll down to the bottom, and there's actually a Discord embedded thing there, and you would come in as a bot when you do that. Oh, Sandy says, how do you turn off the listen feature? Just get out of the listen channel. Hang up, Sandy, from the listen channel.
So you can stay in the chat room without listening.
Yeah. So if
that's called the voice channel.
If you click on yourself, I think you can hang up. It's...
Also,
yeah, there's a disconnect button,
there's a deafen, headphone button at the bottom in my app. I think that would also cause you not to be able to hear.
Right.
If you don't want to. Try that, Sandy.
Yeah. Oh, she's deafened now. I can see it.
Okay.
Good. And
good job.
You can choose just not to go into live show listen. I just know that Kevin likes to have the instantaneous audio, and you did get the little back channel there. So let's see if I hit escape here. There. I'm going to do a little playback. Make sure you guys can hear everywhere. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. I only hear myself on one channel. Is that normal?
Okay, you mean one of two stereo channels?
Yeah, I hear myself on my right ear only.
Oh. I heard you on both, but I'm hearing it through Google Hangouts.
All right. Dorothy is over on the Dorothy. Yeah. You look really clear tonight. I was going to say my video looks amazing. I was looking at mine saying it looked really good. Does it look good to you, Steve?
I'm getting Hangout. Let me go to the yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, I don't know why.
A little dark, but good quality.
I'm not touching anything.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin is over there. Good. And Dorothy's in both. Let's see. Can you try Discord, Rose? We can't leave Rose alone over there. All right. My avatar is sideways. Oh, let's see. Oh, is it really?
Okay, I need to apologize in advance to everyone I have a horrible cough, and I don't know if I can mute both of these chat rooms.
Yeah, you probably have to mute twice.
My mic, that would be best, but I don't.
Yeah, there is a way to do that. I don't know. Actually, there's an app called Shush in the Mac App Store. Let me see if it's still there. It's a, or if it isn't in the Mac App Store, I bought a license to it. I used to use it. Oh, all right. Rose is in.
Never going to give Rose up. Never going to let Rose down.
I think Discord does those on its own.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. So it looks like nobody's in the live show listen. So you could just mute yourself over there, Steve.
All right.
I think I'll mute myself over there too. So if I do that. Okay, so let me make sure I can still hear you, Steve.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's do roll call. Wait, CJ from Ann Arbor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to keep telling people about CJ or about CJ about Discord. CJ, we're testing something called Discord, and I'm gonna dump something in here into the text there. Oh, all right. George made it in, and he's come in using the bot on podfeed.com/live. So what he wanted was a way to get in without having anonymously. And so he was able to get in there. Caption drove me off the cliff. Can't seem to window Discord and the video. Oh, yeah. I'd have to move it up. I could. Yeah, we're having fun now. I guess I don't have to type to CJ. So CJ, you're alone over in the chat. Well, actually, NCI88659 is in there too. Most everybody has moved over to this thing called Discord that we're testing. It seems to be a more modern chat interface and has some advantages. So if you guys can try that out for us, that would be cool. And I better start recording the show though, Steve.
I think you should.
Okay, so we're both muted over in Discord. Let's see. So 88659, can you also try this? See if you can get in. See if that works. Yeah. Okay, good. You can also go to podfeed.com/live and do it. You'll have to open up 2 windows, one to play the video and one to do the chat, because I haven't put it in a place where you can see both yet.
So Sandy brings up a good point.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I haven't done anything to modify the way that looks. I just slapped it in there as a way to test for George, whether we could do an anonymous entry.
Okay.
The other thing, George, you might not like, I think through the bot, you can't change your nickname once you pick it. And, I know that's going to kill you to have the same nickname the entire show. All right, I better start recording because this is going to be a long show. Oh, Steve, please tell me you have the audio ready for me for the...
it's on the Drobo.
Okay, let me bring that window up.
4 files.
Yeah, large video. Hopefully that will behave itself. I have a lot to do before then, so yeah, there we go.
Do you see them all?
Yes, I do. Great, thank you. I meant to remind you about that earlier, but you did it fine. Okay, where's my intro music? Thank goodness I have 3 screens. Jeez, there's so much crud on my screen now. It's crazy. GarageBand jingles. Let's bring in NosillaCast intro.
So more people are now in Discord than in the chat room. In fact, everyone except NC88659 is in Discord.
But that person might be in because we don't actually know what their name is. And
Right.
CJ from Ann Arbor is back. All right, let me bring this down so you guys don't yell at me. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's start this recording. Here we go. Are you muted, Steve?
Muting now.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, January 28th, 2018, and today... No, sorry, I kept looking at the date for some reason, thinking I was going to screw it up, which made me screw it up. One more time. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, January 28th, 2018, and this is show number 664. Well, we got another big show for you this week. First of all, I'm going to tell you all about how the taglit from Night Eyes might save your life. Then we have 2 CES interviews back to back, one for the girls and one for the boys. We'll talk first to the makers of the Mira ovulation monitoring system, and then we'll learn about the Spartan radiation blocking boxer shorts for men. Both are pretty interesting. Anyway, that's our equal opportunity portion of the show. Then I'll tell you how D-Link has disappointed me in their lack of attention to the crack wireless encryption vulnerability. Back then to CES, to another interview with our good friend Joe Duganzik, where he'll tell us about the Linky Smart Home Hub. I'll then give a full review of the $20 security camera from Wisecam that I'm absolutely in love with, thanks to Joe LaGreca. As if that were not enough for one show, we'll talk to a company called Tray that is making some beautifully designed lamps for your digital home. Now, remember, all of the interviews you hear are also videos over at podfeed.com, and our shiny new chapter marks in the audio recordings now include direct links to the articles I'm referring to, so you can look at pictures or watch the videos right from your podcatcher of choice. Assuming it's not a podcatcher from Apple, of course, because they don't support chapter marks. Well, this week's Chit Chat Across the Pond was really, really fun. I asked Tom Merritt of Daily Tech News Show to chat with me about how social media makes us feel. We talk about how we feel about pictures of food, how we curate Twitter to make us angry or not, who in our family takes the photos for social media, whether Instagram is a happy place, how we have real life friends we only know online, how communities are awesome, and how sometimes even Facebook is a place to share a deeply personal story. Check it out in the Chit Chat Across the Pond Light feed, the full Chit Chat feed, or listen right at the link in podfeed.com. I have got to turn off notifications because I am seeing every single message come up.
Yeah. So NC 88659 did come into Discord as NosillaCast Rocks.
Oh, wait a minute. That isn't Angeline by any chance, is it? Because there's a real, let's see, I set preferences here. How do you turn off all these notifications? Notifications, enable desktop notifications. There we go. If you're looking for a per channel or per server notification, right click.
I asked if NosillaCast Rocks has a Twitter handle, and apparently no, he or she is 10, no Twitter. One of a young listener. Welcome, NosillaCast Rocks.
How cool. Let us know if you want to share your name. I like to do a little shout out at the end when people join for the first time. Steve, you put these out of order. Linky was first, wasn't it?
Linky wasn't one of mine. Oh, wait. No, it was. They're in the order of the numbers.
Not the order they were necessarily posted?
No, those numbers reflect the orders that they were posted.
Oh, did I put these out? Okay, hang on. What did I say I was going to do first? I put these completely in the wrong order. What happened? No, I gotta do taglit first. I said I was going to. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, it should be taglit first. Okay. I need to go over here to taglit. Where taglit was like a year ago. I wrote that. We have so much content now, which is awesome, that I get out of phase here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see, split that. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm getting watch notifications. Okay, shush. Here we go. If you've been heard that big sniff, sweetie.
Oh, that's right. Muting.
All right, here we go. If you've been paying any attention to my nonsense over the years, you already know that I exercise a lot. In the mornings, I alternate between running on the beach and doing the elliptical at the gym every other day. In the afternoons, I take Tesla for a nice long walk, anywhere from 1 to 3 miles, depending on how many more calories my Apple Watch tells me I need to burn. I'm usually doing around 16 to 18,000 steps a day with this routine. Well, I exercise this much to avoid heart disease. My dad had his first heart attack at the age of 43, and heart disease is the leading cause of death in women, and I'd really not want to do that. But I also do it so I can eat and drink more. So what's the problem to be solved? It all sounds great, other than I'll probably need a knee replacement or two way ahead of most people. The problem is the time change. I'm lucky enough to live where we have lots of daylight, but in the winter, I go for my usual walk around 4 to 5 p.m., and that means it's going to be kind of twilight dusk outside. In the past few weeks, I was almost hit by a car twice. Okay, I have found one problem with the preview here. I need to find a way around this. I'm going to have to do it like this. All right, here we go. Hey, did anybody tell me to do chapter markers? Can't hear you.
Kevin did.
Did he?
Of course he did.
Totally forgot. Now, I think you're going to have to hear me acknowledge that it's a chapter marker.
Right.
Okay. But luckily I just remembered. Eyes. URL title. How am I getting that?
So NC Rocks just got a new MacBook.
Woo!
Retina 13-inch, late 2013.
Wait a minute. Do I know who this is?
Well, he or she preferred not to give his or her name.
Okay, but did you just do an unboxing video recently? And I retweeted that? Are you the person I think you are?
Without naming names.
Yeah. Okay, I think I may have to do it this way. So this is going to be a little harder than I thought, but this can work. Okay, so... No, I don't have a Twitter. Oh, I'm in the wrong place altogether.
When you said an unboxing, where did you see it, Al?
I saw it posted by a young man's father, and I retweeted the daylights out of it because I thought it was the most awesome unboxing.
But it was posted on YouTube or on Twitter, or both.
I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to do these things at the same time twice. Okay. All right. That's my dad's old one. Oh, okay. Cool. It's new to you. It sounds awesome. All right, here we go. Starting back up. The first time this happened, I was crossing in a crosswalk when a car came up and stopped at the stop sign. I kept walking, and right as I got next to the car, they drove right through the stop sign. When I got home and Steve came out to greet me, I asked him, "Is my clothing making me invisible in this dusk light?" Well, I did have on a dark gray t-shirt and black shorts. He said, "Yeah, you really are kind of blending into the background here at dusk." Well, I decided I'd better wear my fluorescent shirts at dusk instead. But one evening, wearing a fluorescent orange long sleeve shirt, which I purposely changed into because of the lighting, a car stopped at a T intersection where I was waiting, and I presumed they'd stop for me. But when I stepped out, they drove right at me. This time was much more serious. I literally screamed and jumped out of the way, dragging Tesla as hard as I could pull to make sure she didn't get hit. To say I was shaken was an understatement. Steve and I looked into some reflective bands I could put on my wrist and ankles, but when we got them, they turned out to be really stupid. They were Velcro, but the smallest size could have fit on my thigh, so it was just really dumb. Well, around this time, I mentioned my problem to Bart, and he explained that in Ireland, it's standard to wear LEDs clipped to your clothing when you're out at night. I made a mental note to check into this idea. But then while we were at CES, we interviewed Jan Greenspan from Night Eyes. I gushed so much about all of their products. I even said peace in my marriage was restored by their gear ties. And that's a whole nother story. Anyway, he enjoyed it so much that he gave me a little goodie bag of Night Eyes products. There were a lot of cool things in the bag, but the best thing in there was a product called the Taglit Magnetic LED Marker. They run about $10 on Amazon. It's a magnetic clip that's about, say, 2 by 1.5 inches that's covered in a nylon bright color with an LED inside. There's a very obvious power button printed on the device, and with one click, you've got a bright LED, a second click, and you've got a blinking LED, and the third click turns it all back off. The Taglit comes in bright yellow, bright pink, or red, and the LED glows with that color. I was excited to try it out, and I have to tell you, people have been very obviously stopping much more quickly than normal. It's so obvious in the way they stop, from more sudden stops to stopping way earlier than they normally would before coming to an intersection, that I'm 100% certain they are seeing me sooner so they can react more quickly. I'm starting to think that I wasn't seen significantly more often than I realized, and I've just been really, really lucky. One day when I wore them, I started asking people whether they had seen my blinking lights when they stopped, because a bunch of people had their windows open, and 3 out of 4 people went, "Oh yeah, I definitely saw the blinking lights." In fact, the fourth person I talked to, I didn't even initiate the conversation. They yelled out the window, "Cool blinking lights. That's awesome." Well, I was so pleased. I went over to Amazon and I bought 2 more Taglits for myself. I now have a bright yellow one on either sleeve and a bright red one that's on the back of my shirt, just in case I'm facing away. According to Night Eyes, the replaceable battery will run for 70 hours, and the material is water resistant, so you can even wear Taglit in the rain or snow. I also noticed that they make an LED light for a dog's collar called Spotlit. I like that. It costs $7 on Amazon, and a slap wrist band called Slaplit for $8. I got to tell you, Tessa and I are going to be lit up like a Christmas tree when we go out. I believe Night Eyes taglets could potentially save my life. And no, the irony is not lost on me that my exercise intended to lengthen my life almost hastened my demise. Record that last bit one more time. And that was clean. I believe the taglets. I believe the Night Eyes taglets could potentially save my life. And no, the irony is not lost on me that my exercise intended to lengthen my life almost hastened my demise. It's harder to say than I thought. Exercise intended to lengthen my. Okay, now I record that twice. And no, the irony. I believe. Yeah. Like a Christmas tree when we go out. I believe that. Get rid of that a little bit. There we go. All right, what's up next? Have I missed anything interesting? Save, insert chapter marker because Steve commands it. There we go. So what do you guys think of this chat room here? Do you like it? Wait, you're talking about music? Well, how is that happening on my show? I don't believe in that.
Well, I think it started with who ordered the HomePod, and then it got into whether or not you have Apple Music, and iTunes Match came up. So it's launched a music thread. Just pretend we're not here.
Okay, I gotta go back, and now we're gonna find. Okay, Mira is next.
So the only downside I've heard to Discord is it takes up a lot of room, not very space efficient.
The app or the web interface?
Well, it wasn't clear, but I think they're similar in how much they take up. So if you're on a small device, this may not be optimal.
Well, I'm confused a little bit.
What do you mean?
On a small device, you can only see one app or the other, so that can't matter.
Well, it may be that if you're on a phone or something and you're trying to use it as the chat room, that's a bad way to do a chat room. But
well, no, a lot of people do that, but that's the only thing. Okay, so Sandy, she's talking about the web interface. That's what I thought, because the way I placed it, it's way below, so you'd sort of have to bring two of them up on the same time. Okay, so I've got Mira in there. Now I just gotta play it. Okay, next up is Mira, which is here. Okay, now I've got them in order, Steve. I don't know why I was reading them all out of order.
I don't know. That happened last week too.
Yeah, but I had them out of order in the notes, but they're definitely in order. Okay, here we go. My demise. I'm in the Mira booth with Kara Morgan, and I have no idea what this is about. We're going to check in and find out.
So this is Mira Fertility. It's an at-home ovulation monitoring system.
Okay. Oh, man, if you're looking those up.
What?
That actually, I'm having to look each one of these up in order to put them in the...
What do you mean looking them up?
You're looking up the links.
I've already got them. That's part of my show prep. I've got them all typed out.
Oh. Well, give me the Spartan boxer shorts one.
Okay. Where do you want it?
Because we're gonna go right into Spartan boxers. Actually, no. When you put it in the show notes, or when you put it in the chat.
Yeah.
That actually.
Yeah, I've been doing that all along for the past couple months.
Yeah, I've been sitting here looking them up. Okay, so give me the next one.
Okay.
Give me Spartan. Okay, there we go. Okay. Why is there a comma at the end of that?
Comma?
Comma. Oh, wait, isn't that a song? Yeah, there's a comma at the end of that. So when
end of what?
The end of what you typed.
I don't see it.
Boxer shorts, comma.
Oh, no, that's not part of the link.
For me. I mean, it's not of the link, but it's
No, I'm just separating the title from the link with a comma.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to use that. That's too hard. Okay. That's all right.
I don't have to include the commas.
Nope.
Would that be easier?
Nope. I'm fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go straight into the boxers. If you'll forgive the saying there. All right. Mira's aired.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. So I guess I'll just put these back to back. How funny
Culture
is that?
Club. Yes, sound? Brett. Very good.
Okay.
Of which Boy George was the lead, right? I think.
Okay. Tell me whether this sounds bad with me not saying anything in between.
So much.
Maybe not.
Sometimes you see unusual things at CES, and I saw a gentleman walk around in boxers and looks like some nice tights here. His name is Thomas Kalitiama, and he's from Spartan Boxers. What do you have here for CES?
Yeah, so at Spartan, we want to save humanity, and we are doing this with boxers. So this is a high-tech boxer brief that protects your nuts from cell phone and Wi-Fi radiation. Because as a man, if you keep your cell phone in your pocket, it's bad for your health, for your fertility. You have more and more studies coming out and showing this.
I didn't know he was going to say a dirty word. Was that transition okay, Steve?
Yes, it was.
That's Steve going,
I think,
whoops, I was supposed to listen.
We may need to qualify this particular interview. I think a lot of people thought we were taking it seriously. I think we went there mainly for just the fun and the comedy. I'm not so sure if that's a true
I think it's a true product, but I don't believe
no, it's a true product, but I'm not sure it's a true radiation danger.
Yeah. Okay. So, maybe let me throw something in after that, at the end of that.
I want at least the chat room to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know about if you want to put it in the
I am going
podcast.
To. Okay. Zip, zip.
Come by.
Well, we really did have a lot of fun talking to that gentleman, but I'm not sure I remember that radiation from your laptop or whatever in your lap can damage reproductive organs at that point. I know that heat can be a problem, and I wonder whether actually having on aluminum underpants could make the effect even worse. So we don't endorse that product in any way, or any of the products, obviously, unless I do a review where I say I really like something. But it was still pretty entertaining talking to that gentleman. We had a really good time. How's that, Steve? That's at the tone you were looking for?
Sure.
Okay, D-Link now. Well, that's how I do it. Duh. Okay. I'm not that bright sometimes. I'm having to read the actual blog posts directly instead of in my blogging platform. And so, but I was being really dumb. Okay. Next up is chapter markers. I can't believe everybody came in so quickly. This sort of tells you that this tool is pretty good. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah.
If people can come in that quickly and easily, I mean, this many people have jumped over and gone, oh, okay, let's go. We're here now. That's pretty astonishing. I'm highly encouraged that this might be something really good. All right, here we go. Muting. One of our goals in home automation has been to buy HomeKit compatible devices whenever possible for security reasons. I've even created this elaborate network setup to isolate non-HomeKit and Windows devices from the rest of my gear. Last year, we bought the first HomeKit compatible webcam. Actually, after hearing about it at CES, it was called the Omna 180 Cam HD from, good grief. I wrote Netgear in that article, Steve. I've got to fix that right now. Or is it?
For the Omna Cam, it's D-Link, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to fix it or should I?
I can.
It's in the second paragraph.
Okay.
Let's start over. I'm going to go ahead and mute, or you go ahead and mute while I do this, or while you do that. One of our goals in home automation has been to buy HomeKit compatible devices whenever. Okay, jeez. Stop. Clean it up. Clean it up. Come on. One of our goals in home automation has been to buy HomeKit compatible devices whenever possible for security reasons. I've even created this elaborate network setup to isolate non-HomeKit and Windows devices from the rest of my gear. Last year, we bought the first HomeKit compatible webcam, the Omna 180 Cam HD from D-Link. At $150, it wasn't cheap, but buying from a reputable company like D-Link, who clearly have been in the business of network gear for ages, gave us peace of mind. Well, the camera hasn't been a huge success for us for a few reasons. The video isn't as sharp as we'd expected. It was supposed to be 1080p, but it's pretty fuzzy. It doesn't store information anywhere but on its own SD card, like it doesn't have a cloud service or anything. Now, that might be a plus for some people, but for us, it kind of limits the usefulness. It gets pretty hot, which concerns us too, and it's simply offline sometimes, and we have to unplug it and plug it in to get it running again. But we have used it to discover that when we're away from the house, Tesla happily sleeps on the couch. We never let her do that, so it's been eye-opening for sure. One of our favorite things to do is to watch her jump down from the couch and then run over to the other room when she sees us coming home. And so, she's pretending, no, I was in this room all the time. I was never on the couch. Anyway, none of these complaints about the D-Link Omnicam are why I'm talking about it today. Last October, you may remember that a problem was discovered in the way the wireless protocol WPA2 was designed that caused all wireless clients to be vulnerable to attack. The attack was called crack. Over the next few months, we all watched for updates to our devices. The one device I was worried most about was the Omna webcam, but I never got a firmware update for it. I checked over and over and over again. I kept looking for it. Well, in January, I received an invitation from the D-Link PR people to come by their suite at CES. Come talk to them. Well, that sounded swell to me. So Steve and I and Joe LaGreca, one of the NosillaCastaways, trooped over to their suite at the Sands Convention Center. I asked to speak to someone about network security, and as luck would have it, Senior Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer, which is also called CISO, William Brown, just happened to be there. I asked Mr. Brown when the Omna webcam would have the crack vulnerability mitigated, and at first he said, don't worry about it. The Omna isn't vulnerable. I reminded him that all wireless client devices that correctly implemented WPA2 encryption were vulnerable. We kept chatting, and at one point he said, have you even gone to support.dlink.com to look for a patch? I had, but I humored him. I pulled out my phone and I typed support into the URL field on my phone, and it auto-filled support.dlink.com. I suggested that indicated that I had indeed been there before. We looked together at the mobile site, and it had 3 pull-downs, the first of which was select your product. I tapped on that, and it revealed 2 more pull-downs, one for model and one for number. I tapped on model, and I was shown a long list of 3-letter models, and the number pull-down showed a long list of numbers. I said, okay, I give. Which one of these is the Omna? And he said, and I quote, you can find that model number on the packaging. Well, I just kind of sat there, and I didn't even have to give him a snarky look for him to kind of backpedal and realize that was a less than helpful response as we were standing there. He then hunted around on D-Link's website until he found the desktop version of the support page about the crack vulnerability. This was the page I had been refreshing for 3 months in hopes of finding a patch for the Omna webcam. The page has a column of part numbers and then a column with links to the beta versions of the patches for each device and a third column for the final versions of the patches. We both looked at the page and saw no reference at all to Omna. He said that meant the fact that Omna wasn't on the page means it doesn't need the patch. Well, I was confused because the vast majority of the devices on that page did not show any updates. And I said, well, those must not be affected at all, right? He said, no. Anything that's there but doesn't show an update, that means it didn't get a patch yet. There are 107 devices listed on that page. Only 27 have beta patches for crack, and a grand total of 0 show final patches. I thought, I got to be misunderstanding that. It can't be true that 80 devices hadn't been patched. And he said, oh yeah, that's true. He said, well, it's really frustrating with how long it's taking. I've been pulling my hair out about it. And I'm thinking, you're the CISO. It's kind of like your job to make this happen. Well, over the past couple of weeks, I've had communications from the D-Link PR people. Every time I write to William, PR writes back. Anyway, they've been keeping me updated on information that is at least a little better than what we heard at CES. The good news is they did do a few things because of my conversation with Mr. Brown. First, they added a link to the mobile version of the support site where you can get to the recent news, as in the crack update page. So from the mobile version, you can get to this crack update page. They also found the part number for the Omna and discovered it was indeed on the crack update page, but hadn't been patched. They changed the name on the update page to include the word Omna instead of just the 3 letters followed by the numbers, and in that way, others, including me, could find it. Most importantly, they committed to me to get a patch out for the Omna webcam by the end of January 2018, and they put that date commitment on the crack update page. Now, I'm pleased that my particular device is getting patched because I gave them such a hard time, and I'm pleased that I made an impact like this. But when they get the Omna patched, there will still be 79 D-Link devices not patched for crack. I wondered how other companies were doing. Maybe they were all being like this. So I searched for the crack vulnerability or security advisory page for Netgear. They show 45 devices vulnerable, and all range extenders, webcams, mesh routers, and wireless access points have already been patched. There's some other devices that haven't been patched, but the most vulnerable devices have been patched by Netgear. So this is not an industry-wide thing that this is taking forever. I guess I was naive in thinking that if I went with a big name router company with a HomeKit compatible webcam, I'd have some protection in the event of a big vulnerability. But I have to say, I'm really disappointed in D-Link. All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Steve, she shouldn't be blamed for anything. Wait, what happened?
Oh, we were blaming Tesla for something. I forget.
Oh, okay. They'd keep popping out of the MagSafe. Oh, yeah. I love the MagSafe. Oh, I was able to click something that said, show newest messages. There we go.
George says D-Link's been one of the least safe router companies. Now we're finding out.
Yeah, didn't Allison review some of those USB MagSafe replacement thingies? Yeah, I reviewed one of them. It was so bad I sent it back.
I think NosillaCast Rocks has been listening to you for a while.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds
Probably
like
started when he or she was 6. Actually, you've been on the show. You've been doing your podcast longer than this person's alive.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't even born when you started.
Are you serious?
Well, he or she said they were 10.
That's right.
You're 12. You're on 12 years.
Well, actually, in May it'll be 13.
Right.
Wow. That's cool.
Now you really sound old.
I've been doing this for a lifetime.
A lifetime, yes.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Oh, wait. I don't want to put Patreon and Amazon link spots, chapter marks in.
All right. Yeah.
Here we go.
Who wants to go directly to that?
This one's going to be funny. You'll like it. This week, I got into an argument with listener Angeline Grant about whether she rocked or not. I say she rocks. She says she doesn't. I say she rocks because she upped her pledge on Patreon to support the show. She says that I rock because I make the show. Well, I was forced to compromise, and we decided to agree that we both rock. In any case, if you want to rock like Angeline, head over to podfeet.com/Patreon and pledge a small weekly amount to support the creation of the Podfeet podcast. I hear they rock. How was that for a quick Patreon ad?
That's a good one. Hey, George is asking what kind of batteries are in those Night Eyes things. Are they?
You should go. Do you want to go get them and show them to people?
Yeah, but I don't know if that'll answer the question. You want to open one up?
If you bring it to me, I'll open it.
Okay.
Plus, I can show to him. Kevin, I act like I'm 10.
Okay, so NCR says
I listen every single night on autoplay.
Never been on the live show. Well, great. Well, welcome. Hope
but it rocks.
Excellent.
Cool. I don't know. I think they must be like the little disc things because it's pretty small. I've been wanting to look anyway because I figure I better bring some in. Okay, let's see. Linky Smart Home Hub. is up next. So, Linky. We'll go here. We'll go there. I kind of like putting in the chapter markers now. Linky, URL title. Oh. Okay, so there we go. So that's it on full blast. And then I'll put it on Blinky. Whee! So I put one here or one here. They're kind of annoying on my sleeve. I tend to kind of put him up here. Yeah, let's see. So it's a little magnetic clip. See? Whee! Oh, you know what we need to check is whether this is accessible. I have not checked that yet.
Terry just showed up in the IRC chat room.
Oh, Terry. Are you going to tell him? Actually, I've got a text expander snippet for it.
Let me make sure he gets the message.
Here, I just texted. I put a text expander snippet in. Okay, how do I get to the... Well, I can see it in there.
You can see the battery. I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
I bet I can slide this whole thing out. Yeah, it just slides out. Oh, there it goes. Oh, goody. Oh, we have a circuit board right there. Look at that.
Can you hold that still in front of the camera? I just want to see the battery size.
Well, I was going to read it. Sure I was. Aren't I adorable? That is pretty cool. That's the whole magic.
Yeah. All right, Terry's over in Discord. Great.
Wow.
We're all in the same room. That must be pretty easy.
Must be easy, yeah. How are you guys getting in so fast?
I thought you had to create an account.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And install the app and everything? Are you guys coming in through the web?
Must be web.
They might be just hitting the link and putting in a name.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just do the whole show like this.
Oh, yeah, that's not annoying.
Wow, that is crazy. So are you guys coming in through the web or are you guys downloading the real app? So Linky can come in next.
Web for speed, says CJ.
Okay, so you guys just like leaped in. Okay, that's why that, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. The desktop app is pretty cool too. It's got a lot of advantages.
Terry was already on Discord for cryptocurrencies. So apparently Discord's pretty popular.
Okay, and Rose said web-based don't need to sign up to an account.
Excellent.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey, George, you might not have to be a bot.
If you go through the web.
Did George leave? I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him either, I guess. No.
George?
Yeah, he left.
George left us.
Did they show entries and exits? Yes, they showed.
Do they?
Well, they showed Terry entering. I don't see George exiting.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he doesn't show us online. Interesting.
Oh, he doesn't show in the online. Yeah.
Hey, George, try this link. Whoops, that's not it. Try this link, copy URL, and try going in there. And you might be able to come in looking like you, but without doing an account. Let's see. I hear they rock.
We're in the Linky booth over in Eureka Park in the same.
Oh, wait, I forgot to record that other piece. Just a second. I got to move this.
The end piece.
No, I'm just gonna do a little intro for Joe to explain why, even though we just talked to him, why we're talking to him again.
All right.
Let's see if I move that out far enough. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, here we go. A few weeks ago, you heard Joe Duganzik on Chit Chat Across the Pond talking about how he found a new career from his YouTube channel for Smarter Home Life and became a full-time employee of a company called Linky with a new smart home hub. We didn't really talk about the product itself, though, and I promised you that we had an interview with Joe at CES in the Linky booth at the Sands Convention Center. Here's that review. Not review. Here's that interview. I was trying to go really fast because I hadn't left myself enough gap. Let's see. Here's that interview now.
We're in the Linky booth over in Eureka Park in the Sands, and I'm here with Joe DeGanzik, who's going to tell us about anybody else in here.
Okay. Yeah, good idea to do a poll. All right, WiseCam is up next. This WiseCam is, maybe we should play with the WiseCam too. What do you think, Steve?
What, do you want to go get it?
I'm sort of making you do a lot of stuff.
Or do you want to show the video on your
display? I could do that. Yeah, let me do the chapter marker before I...
And I could go down there and run around so they could see the something changing.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. WiseCam. And...
So George says the link you sent was to sign up for an account.
Well, everybody else says they got to go in without it. Okay, so yeah, Steve, go down and run around in front of the camera.
Well, get it up on the display.
Well, I will be able to do that faster than you can.
I won't know until...
Okay, it's already up.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just going to bring your phone up. Okay. That's not very good. I mean, bring it up on your display.
How?
There's no web interface.
I don't think so.
All right.
Okay,
it's black and white. It's in the night mode.
Yeah, I know. We'll go turn the lights on. Go run in and the lights will turn on.
I'll be right down.
Stop talking so I can retain control. Actually, I'll turn my volume down my brightness down even lower. Okay, so that is the view from the Linky webcam I'm sorry, not Linky webcam, WiseCam I'm about to show you. Talk about this thing is, there's Steve. This thing is $20. Okay, he's running around in the back. I hope he runs up to it. There he is. Whee! Look at him. Isn't that exciting? Oh. Oh, it turned to color. So the lights came on. All right. So, he's still running around back there. There he is. Now he's in color, but it's still dark. There he is. We can't see it. Okay. I think he's coming back. Okay. So anyway, so that's the WiseCam we're going to be talking about, but you have to go to the website to see the picture. Actually, here.
Did that work?
It worked really well, Steve. Everybody was very excited. Oh, excellent. Actually, here's an advantage of the of Discord. I can actually paste a picture in. So there's a picture of the little camera.
You just put in a JPEG? And then...
I just did a copy paste.
Oh, you cannot do that in IRC. That is a plus.
That's really nice.
How about videos or GIFs?
I think you can put all kinds of stuff. Oh, Brett says, I think Steve just closed his exercise.
Yeah. Look at that. Ring closed.
NCR is going to his big monitor or her big monitor. All right. So now we are ready for this. Okay, WiseCam. Here we go. Man, I got a lot left to do. Oh, but it's only 27 minutes, so this isn't too long. It's just a lot of little bits. Here we go. Recording now. Not recording now. Recording now. When Steve or I, and sometimes it's hard to start. Once I get started, it's like I get rolling. Here we go. When Steve and I were at CES, we had the opportunity to hang out with fellow Nosilla castaway Joe LaGreca, like I mentioned earlier. While we were talking about the disappointment of the security model for D-Link and their $150 Omna webcam, he mentioned that he uses a little camera called the WiseCam. We were intrigued because Joe said the WiseCam is only $20 plus $5 shipping. How good could that camera be, though? Joe showed us a live video feed of his kids' playroom, and it was pretty darn good. In fact, he was able to notice that they had the fan on, even though he told them to turn the fan off. They'd left it on, and it had that kind of resolution. For $20, it was an amazing video image. Now, Joe cares as much about security as we do, if not more, but since a $150 HomeKit compatible webcam from a big name web networking company doesn't guarantee us great security, I've kind of changed my expectations. The WiseCam is available from their website at wisecam.com for $20 plus $5 shipping, like I said, Or you can pay $26 with free Prime shipping on Amazon. If you get a message saying it's out of stock, don't worry about it. Buy it anyway. Joe told me just ignore that warning, and he was right. The Wisecam site said it was 4 weeks till it would ship, and it shipped 2 days after I ordered it. Kind of nice that they set low expectations. Well, I expected the Wisecam to be cheap feeling, poorly designed, and to have raw cardboard packaging. Surprisingly, the Wisecam came in a very professional and minimalistic package, and the camera itself feels very solid and well designed. The Wisecam is a small white cube, maybe 2.5, 3 inches on a side, maybe 2, I don't know, something about that size, little tiny cube, and it has a very clever articulated base. When you pull up on the camera from the base, you can rotate the view up and down, and the base can rotate with respect to the cube for the camera. For those who speak my language, it rotates in both azimuth and elevation. Well, the camera can sit on a shelf, or it can be mounted to a wall with a magnet and an adhesive metal plate. It does require power to operate and comes with a small USB power, US power plug. Now, I love IoT devices, but I truly detest setting them up. It's always this nightmare to get them connected to the right network and getting the app to talk to the device. I got to tell you, the Wisecam setup was probably one of the easiest of any device we've ever used. One trick in the Wisecam was that you point the camera at your phone screen for it to read a QR code in the app to identify itself. It also happily jumped on our IoT network without any faffing about. Wisecam even has a short video in the app to show you how to do the setup. They've got great videos over at wisecam.com as well. All right, enough preamble. Let's talk about what this camera can do. The Wisecam app is beautifully developed with intuitive menus that make discovery really easy. Once your camera is set up and named, you'll see it in a static view under Devices with a share button in the upper right. With the share button, I was able to add Steve by his email address, and while he can view the camera, he can't change the settings as I can with my account. If you tap on the camera view, it opens into the live stream view with a little animation to show you it's connecting. Once connected, you'll see a full screen button in the upper right, which fills the iPhone screen into landscape view. In the bottom right of the video, you'll also see a date and timestamp that's right on the video, which could come in handy in the case of a burglary. Not perfect evidence, since obviously times can be tampered with, but it can't hurt to have that. The Wisecam has a 110-degree field of view, which is actually plenty. We were able to set it up in a room with 3 entrances, and it easily captures the entire room. You can choose between SD and HD quality, 720 and 1080p. We found, as Joe suggested, that the lower quality video is quite good, and the camera responds much more quickly from outside the house when it's on 720p. I compared the supposedly 1080p video from the $150 D-Link Omna camera to the $20 Wisecam at 720p, and the Wisecam was way better. The Omna looks kind of fuzzy and muddy in comparison. Pretty amazing. Wisecam also has a night vision mode that comes on automatically in the evenings. When looking at the camera's view in the app, you can tap on night vision to change it from auto to on or off entirely. We like it on auto because, well, it works at night. I'm tired. Yes.
NosillaCast Rocks is asking, why would you use SD rather than HD? I think we had some issues in HD, didn't we?
Well, I just said it's faster to access from the outside. Yeah, faster to connect.
Yeah. Yeah, and the SD image is amazingly good.
Looks really good.
It's looks better than SD to me.
Yeah, and there's a copy of a screenshot. It's pretty small, but you can look how crisp that is. I mean, that's plenty detail. Okay. Gotta keep going. Oh, Sandy put in a puppy. What's a puppy's name? That's a Cocker Spaniel. Such a baby. All right, here we go. How do you add a pic? Just paste it in where the chat is, Rose. Is that image safe for work? Yes. Steve authorized it. All right, here we go. Back in the portrait mode, you'll see 5 buttons underneath the image. And I'll walk through each one of those buttons and what they do. Sound allows you to listen to the room through the built-in mic. Record allows you to record video right to your phone's camera roll. This is a great way to capture an event as it's happening. Voice allows you to talk to the room. When you hold down the mic to talk, the audio to listen to the room sound also turns on, and you sort of get a feedback loop happening, which is kind of annoying. I guess you do want a conversation, but there's no echo cancellation to eliminate the problem. It actually is delayed quite a bit, so you say something and then you hear yourself say that entire sentence. Take Photo allows you to capture an instantaneous snapshot of your camera's view. The last button says Album, and when selected, it shows videos and photos under 2 different tabs. At first, I couldn't figure out what it was because both the video and photo sections were empty, and the app was non-responsive while I was there. I restarted the app thinking it was locked up, but when I tried again, the same thing happened. The second time, I just waited a while, maybe like a full minute, and finally, videos and photos both populated with the media I had just recorded. It's nice that you can see the media you've captured from the device, but if you want more instant gratification, you can just go into Photos and the images and videos come up immediately in there. In the Wisecam album, there's a pencil in the upper right, and when selected, you're shown a share and delete button. The share option was also slow to respond, so again, I think you're better off just working in Photos. Okay, who taught everybody to put in pictures? I'm here trying to read, and I'm seeing Kevin with a kitten. By the way, Kevin, you should make that your profile pic. That is the best picture ever.
It's pretty good.
And then CJ in Ann Arbor. Oh, when I come out, can I get a wash and wax? Oh man, I would love to wax that.
Yeah, that's a nice car.
Is that a Mustang?
No, I think it's.
What is that?
Camaro or what is that? CJ, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's beautiful. I want one. But all these pictures coming in.
Gravity challenge.
Gravity challenge. I like it.
Camaro, yes.
It is a Camaro. Oh, I actually got in a car accident because of a Camaro once. Because I was driving on the freeway and I went, oh man, that's a good looking car. And then I hit the person in front.
Do not drive in front of Allison.
It wasn't my fault. Oh, look, there's Kevin and NosillaCast Rocks.
Oh, there you go.
Why is it a picture of Steve?
Oh, I'm always up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should go back to IRC where people can only chat.
I don't. Maybe it's time to let you know that I've changed the video settings just to have me up all the time.
Did you really?
No.
All right, I gotta get back to recording. Oh, it's 5:57. I gotta keep going. Here we go. All right. Back on the live stream view, you also have a playback view. Playback requires a micro SD card. It doesn't come with the camera, but with it, the Wisecam will continuously record the room, and you can use a little slider to go back in time to view it. The Wisecam automatically writes over the older stuff when it runs out of space, so you're really only limited by the amount of storage on the memory card. And let me tell you why you should turn this feature off of continuous recording. I was perusing our past history and I realized I could not only watch video, but I could listen. I came across a discussion Steve and I had where we were not exactly understanding each other. Now, I'm sure this never happens to anybody else but us. Anyway, it occurred to me I could easily re-listen to this segment and figure out exactly where Steve misunderstood me and prove exactly how I was totally making sense and being clear, and it was his fault. Well, if you don't catch why this would be a very bad thing, I want you to go look at the Black Mirror episode called The Entire History of You. And then I think you'll turn this feature off for family peace. Time-lapse is available on the Wisecam, but it's not really working quite as expected for me. You set the start and stop times along with the interval, and then it starts recording. I was able to do all that, but it would never stop recording at my selected time. I eventually just hit the stop button, but it didn't appear to save the video into Photos. I looked in Albums, and it was empty in there. I contacted Wisecam via their online chat, and Matthew tried to help me. He suggested I do a full reset on the device. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to redo my settings. I knew the Wi-Fi setup was going to be easy, but redoing my settings, setting all my little switches the way I wanted them, didn't want to do that. He explained that the settings are synced through their cloud service into my account, so I wouldn't have to redo the settings. I gave that a try, and while it didn't fix the start-stop part, I did eventually leave Albums open long enough that it populated with all of the videos I've been looking for. The album view just takes a really long time, like I mentioned earlier, so I think I'm going to have to be more patient with that. Well, Matthew and I also tried installing Wisecam on my spare iPhone, but even there I was unable to get the time-lapse to stop by itself. Matthew asked me for a log file to be sent to his team so they can figure this one out for me. I got to tell you, very responsive help from such a small company. And this was on a Saturday afternoon that I was able to get the live chat going, by the way. The $20 Wisecam comes with 14 days of free encrypted cloud storage on Amazon S3. And you don't even have to create an account. It does it automatically. Our $150 Omna webcam has local storage, but never had any kind of cloud storage or the ability to record from our phones. Again, $20 for the Wisecam. In the main, I'll call it the static view before you go into live view, there's a button at the bottom to open the notifications page, and that's where you can access any videos your camera has recorded according to your settings. Let's say you're away on vacation and something happens in your home while you're gone. You can access these videos from the app and download them to your device so they're not erased from the free storage while you're gone. Amazingly good interface. Let's take a look at the camera settings accessed under the gear in the upper right on that static view page. This is where you can turn on the motion detection I mentioned earlier. You can also set the sensitivity to low, medium, or high. One night, our cat Grace walked by on the back of the couch at 3 a.m. and it triggered the Wisecam, so I caught her in the act. It also triggered our Hue Lights motion sensor, the one Denise recommended earlier to all of us, so the lights came on while I was watching Grace on the camera. It's pretty cool. The Wisecam also has an option for sound detection at low, medium, and high sensitivity. I think this could be handy to detect the sound of broken glass if someone was to break into your house. The next two settings confused me at first. There's a switch for smoke detection and carbon monoxide or CO detection. I lit a candle right next to the Wisecam. I waved it around a bit in front of the camera, and then I even blew the candle out so the smoke was right in the Wisecam's face. But it never went off. Recent firmware upgrades shown on the Wisecam website, so that gave me a good feeling. But when I pinged them on chat and in a longer conversation through email, I discovered that they too haven't patched the crack vulnerability in WPA2 in wireless encryption. They explained that Wisecam doesn't make their own chipset or the firmware for that chipset, so they're relying on their Chinese supplier to send them a firmware update. They were very open about it, and I encouraged them to keep the heat on. For some reason, I was much more forgiving to a small outfit with a $20 camera than I was to D-Link with a massive staff, tons of products, who've been in the business of protecting our wireless traffic for decades. The bottom line is that this is the most joy I've gotten out of any tech product in a long time. And for $20, I cannot believe the quality of the hardware, the quality of the video itself, the ease of use of the interface on the app, and the online tech support. I love the Wisecam, and I think I'll buy more. Maybe I'll even replace the $150 Omnicam with another one. There we go. Steve, if you wouldn't mind, look for the word Verity. Verity in that article. It's supposed to say verify.
All right, so I'm looking for Verity.
Yeah, Verity. Save. Okay, and insert a chapter marker. All right. Allison is AWOL. Seems the doctor's taking her for a TARDIS tour.
There was a little bit of a hiccup in your transmission.
Really? Wonder why. Let's switch to Twitch.
Verify. There we go.
I just closed the window I needed. Okay.
Do you want me to put the link in?
No, I got it. Thanks.
Well, I'm putting it in anyway.
Okay, fine. This one's probably better in video, actually. These lamps are really cool. You could copy and paste that picture in, Steve.
Which picture?
The picture that you used as the CES image.
Yeah, I will do that. It's in the post, but I might as well get a bigger shot of that.
I cannot believe that every single person moved over here without any trouble.
That was pretty seamless.
That was, that's interesting. All right, last call here. Drop that in there. Okay. Don't see Podfeet in Discord, by the way. Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, you're separated up as a moderator, so maybe they were looking at the top.
Terry didn't see it. Yeah, check out that lamp. That's a Qi charger. What else? Does that one do anything else?
It's got two. It's got Qi and a high power USB, and very flexible.
Very flexible.
And it's LED.
Sometimes you stop by a booth just because the stuff they got up looks cool. We're standing in the Trey booth, and I'm talking to Chadi Ghanem, and he's got a bunch of lamps out here that are crazy.
These lamps are amazing. So pretty. I think I can get a free one out of them. I think they're going to send us one. All right. There we go. All right, closing it out here.
Thank you.
Well, I got to say, those tray lamps were so beautiful. I highly encourage you to go look at the video of that interview and all of the videos that Steve has been working his little fingers to the bone editing for us. But that is going to wind us up for this week. Do not forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions. You can do that by emailing me at allison@podfeet.com. You can also follow me on Twitter @podfeet. Remember, everything good starts with podfeet.com. We've got podfeet.com/Patreon to help the show. You can go to podfeet.com/Facebook or podfeet.com/Google+ in order to go to our communities and have a discussion with other Nosilla castaways. And if you want to buy things through Amazon, if you went to podfeet.com/Amazon first, anything you buy would send a small little bit of money to help the show potentially. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, like CJ from Ann Arbor did after a very long time, or NosillaCast Rocks did for the very first time, head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed.
NosillaCast Rocks posted it.
That came up right as I was saying your
That's
your
very
name.
good.
Okay, that is hilarious. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, you are so our people. NosillaCast Rocks.
That's
wow. That was great. I like having pictures.
So Terry's asking podfeet.com / Discord.
You know what? Right as I said it, no, I can do that. I can absolutely make podfeet.com/Discord.
Wait, have we decided we're switching over, or is this just...
I don't know. I don't see any... Does anybody see any reason why not?
Let me pose that.
You can say it out loud, Steve. They can hear you.
Yes. Does anyone have any objections to moving over to Discord and dropping the
IRC chat?
IRC chat.
I love that picture. You know, NosillaCast Rocks, you can make an avatar in but that would make it your avatar for other stuff you do on Discord, so that might be lame. But I was going to say you can make it your avatar. I think it's fabulous. I mean, it might be an appropriate one for all of your stuff, right?
George finds it difficult on his eyes.
Is it
maybe it's the black background and the white?
Yeah, is it a black background for you, George? Because it's a black background.
Is that settable? Changeable?
Yeah, if you install the app. Let's see. I think that needs to
invert colors. Settings. Let's see. Appearance.
He's on the website though, I think.
So there is a light versus dark theme in the settings appearance. So try that, George. See if that helps. Just switching it.
Okay. That's nice, Rose. Oh, Morticious. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. All right. I think we're good.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah. I got Night Eyes, Mira, Spartan, D-Link, Linky, Wisecam, Trey.
That does sound like the full complement.
Enough. D-Link. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I got enough. All right. I think we are good. Okay, cool. Brett's going to be ready on his other devices. My ears are getting tired. Well, this has been very successful. I guess I better talk about it on the show next time. It's giving me something to yap about. This is pretty cool. I am really impressed. Well, thank you very much for everybody coming. I've kept you 11 minutes past class. I apologize for that. Thanks for coming for the first time, mysterious NosillaCast Rocks. You better keep that name because we're not going to know who it is unless you just keep using that picture every time. Yeah, there is an iOS app. There's an iOS app, Android, Windows, Mac. It works in the browser. The audio. You can use Discord to have audio chats. So think of it as Skype and IRC at the same time. It does both. So it has these chat room kind of things, but it also does all the recording of Skype. So I was on the Phillies Club this week, and we did the whole thing on Discord. So I think I might start recording too with Discord. So it's really kind of consolidating a lot of stuff for us.
If all it could just broadcast video.
And I wonder how important the saved video is. I don't think that many people go watch the saved video.
You get about 30 or 40 views.
No,
sometimes
more than 0.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll check it. Discord is the Telegram of WhatsApp. Nice, Terry. I like it. All right. Well, I am going to sign off of the, let's see, I'm going to disconnect from live audio in here. Did I already? Let's see. I'm going to hang up there.
I'm going to get out of IRC.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Steve.
Good night, Gracie.
I know you like to be the last picture, so.